We are streaming, connecting, and working online every single day, and it's all powered by this huge global network. But what if I told you that network isn't just a bunch of dumb pipes? Nope. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible, intelligent force that makes our entire digital world tick.
Seriously, just think about it for a second. You're getting ready to watch something, you hit that little play button, and boom, it just starts. It's flawless. But what is actually going on behind the scenes in that tiny fraction of a second between your click and the video starting?
Well, the answer is that this massive, intelligent system just kicks into high gear. See, it's not just about sending data from point A to point B anymore. It's about a network that can think, that can predict, and that can adapt, all in real time. And that's the core idea we're going to dig into.
To really get this, we've got to look at the network that we can't see, the actual foundation that the entire cloud is built on.
Here's a good way to think about it. The old networks, they were like a fixed railway system. If you wanted a new route, well, building that new track was a slow, manual, and really expensive job. But cloud networks, they're more like a dynamic city grid with a super smart traffic control system. They can create new routes instantly, they can handle sudden traffic jams, and they can scale up for rush hour, pretty much all on their own.
So how in the world does that work? Well, it's all thanks to a technology called software-defined networking, or SDN. What it does is it basically separates the network's brain, the part that makes all the decisions, from its body, which is the hardware that's actually moving the data around. This means a single piece of software can act like a virtual traffic controller for the entire system, which makes it unbelievably flexible.
And why is this such a game changer? Well, for starters, it gives you centralized control over everything. You get this incredible agility and the power to automate tasks that used to take people weeks to do by hand. And, of course, all of this dramatically lowers the cost of running a massive network. Honestly, this is the fundamental shift that made the modern cloud possible in the first place.
Okay, so once you have a network that's controlled entirely by software, the next logical step is pretty obvious, right? You make that software smart. This is where we really start giving the network a brain.
And the reason this is so absolutely necessary really comes down to one word: scale. The data centers that power all our apps and services are just so vast, so incredibly complex, and they operate at such mind-boggling speeds, they have completely surpassed our human ability to manage them manually. It's just not possible anymore. We need a co-pilot.
And that co-pilot, you guessed it, is artificial intelligence. We're talking about using really sophisticated machine learning algorithms to sift through absolute mountains of data that are coming off the network every single second. See, AI isn't just following a set of rules. It's learning patterns. It's predicting what's going to happen next, and it's making complex decisions all by itself.
So, let's look at what this AI brain is actually doing. Its first big job is something called predictive maintenance. It can spot these tiny, almost invisible fluctuations in performance that a human would never, ever notice. These are the little warning signs that a piece of hardware is about to fail or a bottleneck is starting to build up. The AI can then flag the issue or just reroute traffic before it ever causes an outage.
Its second job is to be the ultimate security guard. The AI is constantly analyzing traffic patterns, learning what normal activity looks like on the network. The very moment it detects an anomaly, a pattern that looks like some new kind of cyber attack, it can isolate it and neutralize the threat in milliseconds. That's way faster than any human security team could ever hope to react.
And its third critical job is optimization. Think of it like a GPS, but for your data. The AI is constantly looking at the entire network map. It's analyzing congestion, and it's automatically rerouting data packets along the fastest, most efficient path available at that exact instant. And it's doing this millions of times a day just to make sure everything we do online feels smooth and instant.
Okay, so we've got this smart, software-controlled network running on AI. That all sounds cool conceptually, but what does it actually do for us, in the real world? This right here is the end result. That flawless video stream you're enjoying? That's AI optimizing the data path for you in real time. When your favorite app gets an update without ever going offline, yep, that's the network's agility at work. For businesses, it's about being able to scale up resources in a snap. And holding it all together is an infrastructure that is constantly, actively defending itself. This quote just captures the shift in thinking perfectly. We're moving away from the old way of building networks like they're static bridges. Now we're basically growing them like living organisms that can adapt, learn, and evolve all on their own.
So,
Where does this all lead? What's the end game here? Well, the ultimate goal of all this evolution is true autonomy.
You can see the whole journey laid out right here. We came from an era of literally plugging in cables by hand. Right now, we're in the present, where we're automating specific tasks. We're just starting to enter this era of AI-assisted operations, where humans and AI are working together. But the horizon, the real goal, is a fully autonomous network. And what does a fully autonomous network actually mean? It means the end game is a network that is completely self-sufficient, an infrastructure that can predict problems before they happen, prevent outages automatically, and heal itself, all without a human ever needing to intervene.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating final thought to chew on. When the very foundation of our digital world becomes that reliable, that intelligent, that self-sufficient, what new possibilities does that even unlock? What incredible things will we be able to build on top of a world that can literally heal itself?